Today is a great day. A really great day. Why is it a great day, you might ask? Well, that's because we are going to be unboxing and assembling this, the Next Level Racing Victory Cockpit. It's budget-oriented, a tubular frame design that can handle wheelbases up to 10 Newton meters, and it also comes with a seat. And I'm going to be doing my full review on it once I get it assembled and through a thorough test session. Today, we're going to go through the unboxing and assembly process to see how easy it is, first impressions, and then I'll fire up the sim and try it out. Starting with unboxing. Now, the shipping process that this went through to get to me is like the ultimate torture test. Multiple shipping companies, planes, trucks, ships, the whole lot. This arrived with a huge gash on the side, and that was so bad that it went through the outer box and came in and pierced the inner box that holds the seat. Hopefully, there wasn't any damage. We'll check that out in a second. So now it's time to take out all the parts and set them up nicely on this table, and we'll move on from there. Okay, so we got the seat here. That seems pretty straightforward. We're just gonna flip it open and then put some bolts in. That's how seats usually are. It does have adjustments forward and back, which is really nice to see that. And then I have no idea how this goes, so I'll open up the instructions and then let's get to it. I'm assuming this is the instructions box. Oh, where's my knife when I need it? That's how you open boxes, right? Instructions. Ah, shift plate. That must be the wheelbase right there. Ooh, bolt length detection card. That is handy to have. And then a lanyard. Very nice. Sure I'm not missing anything in there. And toss it to... Really? Toss it to the side. Unfold this here. This off. We're just going to lift this up. Make sure there's no foam in there. There we go. Excellent. Line that up like that. I really like that white finish. That is nice. This is the first one that I've seen that has, you know, something other than black. So that is a welcome addition, especially if you have something like a white and black PC. Since we have this nice handy card here, we should be able to figure out exactly which one we need, which is an M8 by 20. M8, and then by 20. That is really handy to have. They need to include this in everything that they sell. And you know, they're probably going to, actually. And then one, so 3 holding it in there. That's a significant amount. That's gonna be pretty sturdy. Need some wiggling. And the tools are included, which is really, really nice. I love to see that, because not everyone has a proper set of tools laying around. So if it's not aligned correctly, it does go in a little bit harder than expected, because it can be off a little bit. So good. Don't want to over tighten anything. Oh yeah, like that one's not really lined up the best, but the other ones kind of went right in. It's not cross-threaded. There it goes, it's tight. Because it was going in smooth. It's just the way that that lined up. You know, maybe if I hadn't tightened the other ones in there, it would have been a little smoother. Moving on to the next step. We have to flip it on its side and then put the feet in place. And it does say to make sure that these feet, the nuts, are in place. This part off. And that'll allow for some adjustment if you have an uneven floor. You want to get this perfect. I have tested it on my floor with the other setup that I had, the other frame that I have from Next Level Racing. I do not have a crooked floor, so good for me. Nice and tight all the way around. Moving on to the next step. Next step is going to be mounting the plate for the wheelbase, and that is going to be going this way here, like so. And that is also using M8 by 20, so the same ones. 2 flange nuts. Okay, I see. Because it is adjustable. Like this. No nut for the next one because it has a nut that is welded in there. You got the Next Level Racing logo right here. cut into the metal. It's a nice feature that you will probably never see. Moving on to the next step. That part is good. So we can take this down. That's looking great. And then we will go ahead and take this off because these two have to be joined together. One. All right, so it says we join them together on the end here, and then put it together with an M820 and an M850 socket head. So the long one goes through the tube, the other one comes down from the top. Put these together like so. There you go. Might be a little bent. So that goes here, and we do one, and then one on the side here. It does show it being assembled this awkward, so we'll do it like that. I feel like there should be another washer under that nut. It is definitely going to work. It's not like it's gonna really matter. The other 2 feet, flip it over, and screw it in. Now we're gonna join the two together. So that over there, seat's gonna come down here, this way, on top here. Whoops. Like breaking into the other ones here. And I believe it's just going to be, yep, bolt washer, bolted washer, bolt washer. Times 8. I'd like to see the tolerance on these just to be a little bit wider. Because there is like a cutout, but then it doesn't really matter because there's only so much space for that nut, for the bolt to go in to engage with the nut. Other side. Hopefully this side goes a little bit smoother, and it looks like it does. It's like right on the edge of being easy enough to do it this way, but then just catches. And I mean, that's a good thing. It's not gonna come loose when you're driving around. Next step. No, a little rock in there. Okay, so the next step is to take the seat out of the plastic. Ooh. Excellent looking seat. On the back, you have this flap here. Whoa, easy now, easy. You have this flap that you take out, pins on the inside that you're gonna drop down. Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. These are zip tied in place. You see? They came in handy. All right, so pop this up, and then those pins should drop down into place. There you go. In place. Whoa. Okay. Now that the pins are in place, we need to pull the pieces all the way out. So this is a one-sided, the adjustment mechanism, slide, whatever that is. So you move the one side and the other one is just free moving. It's a little bit cheaper that way because you don't have to have that single bar and the mechanism for both. But I have noticed that because it's a little bit cheaper and it's one-sided, it can kind of torque you a little bit and be a little bit harder to move. Not really a big concern. Once you have your weight on there, they usually slide pretty smooth. And unless you're sharing this with a bunch of different people, once you set it, you're probably gonna forget it. It says to take this and slide these all the way to the front. That. Go up here, and then a little something like that. Now you have to watch out for this because I know that seat's gonna wanna go backwards. There you go. Once you get one in,
not gonna go anywhere. Some weight on there. Little weird from this angle, but it's kind of nice that it's up on the bench. There we go. Whew, I like that. That's very soft. Okay, now that that is done, it is time to do the shifter frame bracket. Cool, where is that? I don't remember seeing the shifter frame bracket. We have this and this. Am I missing a piece somewhere? I am. Shifter frame bracket. Huh, that's a good place to pause because I don't remember seeing that piece. Don't know how it snuck out, but got it. Shifter frame bracket right here. I'm gonna be putting this on the right side. I am right-handed, that's where my shifter goes. They show it going on the left side, over here. I am just gonna follow the directions, but reverse it. That goes like this forward, and it uses, what do you know, the same bolts as everything else. 3 and 4. There you go. Okay, so we have pretty easy. I'll put it in the furthest setting forward, adjust it from there. It is adjustable. You have a whole bunch of different holes on there. 2 on the bottom. Okay, moving on to the next step. We have this. Oh, okay, so there's an alternate shifter installation point. You can do it up here. Oh, that makes sense. So you can have it next to your wheel. That'd be handy if you didn't have a shifter. If you use these paddle shifters and then you had like a handbrake, you could put right up next to your wheel. All right, but we're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna be doing a regular shifter, and that is going to be attached on the right side, like I mentioned. 4 by 20 millimeter. They don't say M8, but it is M8. That does need to have a correction on there. Not really, because that's all you're left with, but still, probably best if I did that. Well, I mean, there's enough space. I would recommend putting that bracket on here first and then attaching it, because it's a lot easier to get the bolts in from the bottom. The chair is kind of in the way, but there is enough space so you can sneak the wrench in there. Okay, next step is to install the bolts here, which are already installed. So that's how you adjust it. You can take out the front bolts and raise it up. I kind of like having a flat pedal, the position. I don't like having it angled up because I have to move my feet back a little bit. I like to just kind of rest my feet. I'm not a professional, but I won't be adjusting it because I think where it's at is going to be just fine. I'll have to test it first, and then we'll be able to tell if any adjustments are needed. Also with the height and with the position of this plate here, how I want it. Usually you do have it a little bit up, but that depends on the height here. We'll get all that installed and adjusted for the actual testing. But that pretty much wraps up the build of this. The only thing I would say is that you do have to watch out for a couple of those nuts when you're putting them in there. They don't always go in as easy as you would like them to. Other than that, that didn't take really that long. I'll put a time up there. It took exactly this long to build this whole thing. And it was easy. The instructions are very clear, and I didn't have any of those moments where I was like, oh, what are they trying to tell me here? No, straightforward. It's a budget build, so you don't really expect too many complex things, but it's gonna get the job done. My initial impressions are, I love it. The tubular frame looks very rigid. I do like that it has the grippy feet on there, so it's not gonna move around on you. Plenty of adjustment for all your different wheelbases. You got the different hole patterns for shifters or handbrakes, whatever you put on here, as well as your pedal placement. You can move it forward or backward. That has plenty of those slots in there to get it just right how you want it. The seat's adjustable. There is no recline, and that is a feature that, you know, it's tough to add that at this price point. But once you get everything set up to this seat position, because it's adjustable, it should work just fine. And that's gonna do it for the build video. All right, if you want to see me test this thing out and my full review on it, go ahead and check out the video that we'll be releasing shortly after this. Well, probably the same day actually, when I can actually post about this product. So Next Level Racing, good job. If you guys want to see that content, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon, that way you get notified when the new video drops. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.